He had a history being a program director. He's done every job in the business, so it's not crazy that someone would leave that show to go and do this job because he's had experience, but it was a bombshell name. It was different. It was strange to some people, but he is now officially out as a candidate, and I told you that there were specifics that I didn't want to share because it was his story to tell, and he has called us up, Boomer, to tell us that story and why he is not the program director here at WFAN. Stugotz, good morning. How are you?
Hello, Gio. Hello, Boomer. Al Dukes, the great Eddie Schizzeri. What's going on?
Jerry's in the studio as well.
Hello, Jerry.
Oh, hi. So what's happening, man? What happened? What went down?
Listen, it was flattering to be offered that job. You know how much I love that station. And what I love about that station is all the people working at that station, Boomer, Gio, Recco, Eddie Schizzeri, all the guys in the middays, the guy in the afternoon. They love the station. I love that station. The reason I got into this business was because I was listening to WFAN, Mike and Chris, growing up as a kid on Long Island, and it was super flattering to be offered that job. It's, I imagined, Gio, if I went back to FAN one day, or if I ever went to FAN at all, actually, not because I never worked there, but if I went to WFAN, then I would go back as a host. And so it was funny because to leave a successful show, to leave this great life I have in South Florida, to go be the program director, I haven't worked 5 days a week, 9 to 5, ever. And the only reason I wanted to do it was because of this particular radio station, because of the lineup that it has assembled, and because I was going to be able to stamp my imprint on the station for the next 20 years. The reason it didn't happen, just so we're clear, twofold. One is you and I talked, and we figured if we waited just long enough that Boomer would finally take a pay cut so they could afford me. That didn't happen. Number two is I really sat down. I'm thinking about it. Should I do it? Should I not do it? What should I do? And it really got down to this, all right? Would I be able to withhold my temptation of firing everyone whose job it is I wanted?
John, I got to tell you,
you're not joking.
Yeah, he's not joking. I know. That's the point. And, we were all speculating here as to why you wouldn't take this big job, probably too much to handle for you. But we also understand that you want to be on the air, and it would not be a good situation for a guy who's as good as you on the air with the group that you're already with, and you're in freaking Miami, for God's sake. Why the hell would you want to come back here?
72 degrees and a cloud in the sky.
Exactly.
Today,
so, the good news for you is that you got your name out there, that you're a player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're a player.
Yeah.
We get it.
I'm a player. Listen, there's a gravitas that comes with being the program director of WFAN. And to be able, like, if you told me when I got started, and thank you, Boomer, if you told me when I got started, hey, one day you will end up being the program director at WFAN, I think the third in the station's history, I would have laughed you out of the room. But it was offered to me. Chris Oliveira was great. You should all take some solace in this, okay? That guy has all of your backs because Lord knows I tried to get every one of your jobs, okay? That guy, he has your back. But seriously, I would have loved to do it. The staff is great. I've been up there. I've hung out with Al. I went out to the street corner with Eddie Schizzeri. I had a cigarette. He watched me smoke a cigarette. I really, really wanted to do it. But in the end, we just couldn't work. There were too many hurdles to clear, and we just couldn't clear them all.
The interesting thing is we talked to Stugotz here, who turned down the program directing job here because he couldn't handle it. But there was a guy that called in from Maine earlier, I think. Was it Maine or New Hampshire?
Maine.
Who basically said that you were too lazy to take this job in his eyes. That's not that we didn't say that. He said that. Now, we all agreed with him. But he said it. He said it first. So I'm trying to think.
I'll tell you this. Like, Gio was telling me the first day Spike was there, and he didn't show up at 5 a.m., and you said on the microphone, well, turnoff would have been here. Like, listen, Boomer, I got to be honest with you. Had I taken the job, I am lazy, and had I taken the job, there's no way I was showing up at 5 a.m. to meet with you guys before your show. I mean, you got 12 shares. What do you need my input for?
Yeah, we like to have a team feel around here. You know what I mean? And quite frankly, it's great that you called in and we're discussing this openly and transparently. That's fantastic. But I feel sorry for the son of a bitch who gets the job now. because he's going to be, or she's going to be thought of second fiddle.
Schlub check. Yeah.
We're going to go slub check.
Now, Al asked this question earlier, and it's a good question. Do you feel now that you had a real hard pursuit for this job that it's going to be awkward going back to the Levitard family after it was like, hey, I was about to leave, just the circumstances weren't right, and now you're back there? Are they going to have any sort of resentment at all because of that?
I don't care. I mean, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. Like, listen, I just did, a half hour with Levitard. I told him all about it. So he is well aware of it. And then as we go to break, I said, Dan, I got to go. He said, what do you mean we're doing a show? I said, I got more important things to do. Boomer and Gio asking calls.
By the way, good for you. And did you end up getting more money out of them? Did you use this as leverage?
Listen, I promised Oliveira, who called me 17 times a day to see if I was leveraging the situation. I promised him I was not. The great thing is I got to know Chris very well. He loves that station. He loves you guys. He loves everyone in the lineup. And he's great. He and I have a great relationship, and our hope is that one day down the road we'll be able to clear some hurdles and figure something out. It won't be the program director's job, but maybe down the road, because for me that would be the perfect ending to my career. I'm not going to do this into my 60s. And here's another funny part, Boomer, you'll love this. Gio, who blew up my vacation on a Friday, okay? I'm on vacation, and all of a sudden I'm getting call after call, text after text from Neil Best and Ryan Glass-Steagall. I mean, I needed that like a hole in my head. And Gio was ranting about it. And then I got a friend calling me, and this is the best. And he doesn't ask me about what Gio said about me as the program director. He said, why is Gio so upset at Peter Alonso for going to a concert?
Yeah.
Gio got paid for 90 home runs. What do you want him to do?
Yeah.
But listen. It was super flattering, and hopefully I'll get there at some point. So listen, I just wanted to hang out with Eddie Scazzeri. Let's get right down to it, okay?
Yeah, you guys would have been two peas in a pod out there every single day, without a doubt.
Yeah, but Gio tells me, Stu. He says, Stu, come here. Do it for a few years. You roll in when Boomer rolls out. That's what he said. I said, Gio, listen to me, and listen to me loud and clear. You will have to pry that microphone away out of Boomer's hands. He is not leaving. Boomer is going to be doing that, and he should be doing that job forever because he's great at it. It's the highest-rated morning show in the history of that radio station, and he's awesome. So he's trying. So Gio,
but at one point,
saying,
there will be a time that Boomer says, I don't want to do it anymore.
Right now,
there will be a time.
Now we're actually getting to the crux of this whole thing.
Well, yeah.
Gio, you had me at 55 years old wanting to do morning drive in New York.
You're
I don't
55?
Want to wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 50.
Oh, you're 50. Oh, so you say, 5 years. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
5 years from now, 50. I mean, I did 2 shows with you over the summer. You know what I did.
Yeah,
Once you're done at 10 o'clock, I don't know what to do with myself. I took a gummy and walked around the Lower West Side of Manhattan.
That's the truth, too. Eddie's going to be gone in 2 years. Al's going to be gone in 7, 5. 5, so you're going to miss all these guys. You blew it.
When's Recco leaving? I mean,
when I die.
When I die.
Does anybody else?
Jerry's a top 5 sports. Is the top 5 update anchor of all time.
Well,
I mean, he
top 3.
is right behind the Mink Man, Bob Usler. He is. He's a top 5 update anchor all time.
Yeah, I think you go Minko first, and then probably Jerry second. That's what I think. Unless you want to throw Breen in there. Does Breen qualify?
Yes.
Breen was good. He was on Imus for a while.
Yeah.
I think Mink is a straight shooter. I think there's 2 different types of update guys. There are those that are entertaining, like Jerry and Breen, and then there are those that are straight shooters, kind of like Usler and Ackerman and those guys. Those guys are all good at what they do, but nobody entertains like Jerry does.
No, but I think that's a product of what you guys do. You guys bring out the entertainment in Jerry Recco. Let's be honest, like Mink was doing it for Mike.
Unbeknownst to him.
Yeah. Does anybody else, so we got Stugotz on the line, have any sort of questions, things?
How is that golf round where Bob does sports?
So great. It was great. It was so good. It was so much fun that I'm thinking about stealing their idea and doing it myself.
Yeah, same here. So are Jerry and I. Yeah. Those guys make some coin, huh?
They make a lot of coin. It's a great production. They have a great staff. We did it. We beat them. They had a lot of fun. I can't believe the amount of people that are just sitting around on their computers going to YouTube to watch golf videos.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
It's insane. Yeah, no, I'm one of them as well. So
who's the guy that you really want to replace?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't like mornings. Gio knows that. Listen, Olivero and that station, they like things 4 hours at a time, 2 people in the studio. That's it. I wasn't trying to take anyone's job. I just said put me in with any 2 of them, and hopefully I can make the show better. I will make the show better. But Olivero likes what he likes. He wants 3 4-hour shows, 2 people in the studio, and that wasn't happening. And once I realized that wasn't happening, we shifted our focus to the program director's job. I got to tell you, Spike Espin, he was supposed to try to sub me on the job. I mean, I talked to Spike after, he's telling me about day in the life of being the program director at WFAN. I spoke to Spike at the end of a day, so he could, and he was very nice with his time. But Spike was supposed to sell me on trying to take the job. I wanted the job less after I hung up with Spike. I mean, he sounded like he just ran a marathon.
Yes.
He's in traffic in the Hollis Tunnel. And I'm like, what am I doing? It's 70 degrees on a cloudless sky, and I'm about to go play golf. And so, but listen, I wanted it. It was it really was. Gio knows this. Olivero was great. He was patient. There were a lot of hurdles to clear. We just couldn't get there. But Olivero was great. It's something I wanted to do. I would not leave my current job for any position or any station or any market. It was that position, that station, that market. That's the only thing that's going to get me to leave here. And so it was flattering. It was really flattering. And again, hopefully we'll be able to work something out down the road. Boomer, I want to invite you now that we have this great relationship here. And I didn't answer your question, by the way. That was artfully done by me.
Yes, it was. You spoke around it, yes.
It was Roberts, okay?
There you go.
Boomer, I want to invite you on the podcast. Okay, let's get it done.
You got it, brother.
Yes.
There you go. That was pretty easy.
Right.
Yeah, simple as that. All right, John, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for being so honest about it and not killing us for putting your name out there and the whole thing. And we were excited about it, but I know now we're going to get a real professional in there in that office as opposed to
what you didn't want.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Take care. It's thanks for the time.
That's it.
That's it. He's gone.
That's it. He's gone. Yeah.
Did you just say see ya?
Yeah,
I thought he said
see ya.
Gio, and I thought he was going to say something after that, but he just see ya.
No, so I told you he wants to be on the air.
Well,
he want to be working behind the scenes.
Man.
I mean, it's probably pretty interesting that Chris reached out to him, but
I don't think he reached. I think it.
Or the other way. Maybe
the way he said that in the beginning, he's like, well, yeah, like we were begging him.
Yeah, I mean, it was what I think happened was he reached out with that idea of put me on one of these shows as a third guy, and then Chris was like, no, and then they were like, hey, by the way, the program director's leaving. You've got experience in that. And then they talked and talked and talked.
He wants to be on the air. He wants to be sitting, well, maybe not here, but maybe midday.
Yeah. Fuck you.